As many of you guys know, I love Borderlands. You might also know, I love performing time-saving skips in Borderlands. So naturally, I love Borderlands speedrunning. I find it very fascinating what people will do to save any time in a speedrun, whether if it's doing a glitch for infinite ammo, or something small like, I don't know, using funky collision to cut a corner sharper. If it saves time, I think it's cool, no matter how minuscule the time save. There are some skips in Borderlands 2 that only save half a second. Is it worth it? Probably not. Is it worth doing for style points though? Absolutely. There are skips in Borderlands 2 that don't even save time at all. Heck, actually in the whole entire franchise, there are skips everywhere that just do not save time. But visually, they look cool, add a little bit of flair, and some runners go for them. In Borderlands 2 at Windsheared Waste, you can jump and slide against this ice wall to cut an entire corner. But it actually doesn't save any time since you still have to wait for Angel to talk and activate the starter chest. You know, where you get your first shotgun at the start of the game. Zero, zilch, nada, no time save. But it looks cool. However, if you mess up this jump and fall down, well, you've now just lost time, and that is not good for a speedrun. Luckily, it's only about a 1 second time loss, which isn't too bad. But some skips in the game are far worse if you mess them up. Like, really, really bad. Most of the time, there is a backup method for failed skips. Sure, you're still gonna lose time since the backup method is usually a slower route, but at least your speedrun isn't dead. That is until speedrunner BGM found a new skip at Wildlife Preserve, and that's what this video is gonna be about today. Wildlife Exploitation Preserve is already a wild map for speedrunning, no pun intended. It is a pretty lengthy map, so there is gonna be a lot of grenade jumping on the fly. Up ahead, you have a grenade jump to ascend to the upper levels to avoid the rough combat. The recently discovered door skip, by the way, link in the description if you want to see that video. And this door skip barely involves squeezing through an invisible hole in the wall. And now, BGM found a new one up ahead where you find Bloodwing's Feather. And BGM has named this skip the Reverse Feather Skip. Normally, you're supposed to grab the feather, run out of the building, and make your way up and over this wall. But this skip has a much cooler route, and it saves time too. Here's how it's done. You grab Bloodwing's Feather, and then head to the backside of the room behind the tree. From here, you need to do a precise grenade jump to get on the backside of this support beam. And the reason why it's precise is because the backside of the room actually eats your grenade knockback, so the grenade jump has to avoid the funky floor collision. From here, you can grenade jump off the support beam to get out of bounds. It is very important you do not fall out of bounds here. If you do, you will be stuck out of bounds and your speedrun is dead. But that's not the worst part of the skip yet. I titled this video appropriately for what's coming up ahead. Anyways, you jump on the support beam piece and jump up to the rocks, and then grenade jump off this rocks down below to save a little bit of time. And this right here is the area in question. You might think, oh, just, you know, grenade jump and get back in bounds, right? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Meet the invisible wall, our good old friend in Borderlands speedrunning. These things are everywhere in the game, and in the franchise too, and obviously they're gonna be there to keep the player in bounds. Every now and then, we can slip around them, but it's not very often. However, there is a silver lining here. Using a mod, we can actually see these invisible walls, and it's a pretty big one. It extends very high up, so no going over it. Like, even if you rocket jump here too, you're just not gonna get over this. But it doesn't extend down below the map very far. Unfortunately, there's nothing to jump off of, so there's no going under it either. Plus, there's a mega death plane down below this area too, so that isn't gonna work. The only other option is going around this massive wall. The left side intersects with an invisible wall, so that's a no-go. So the only other way is going around the right side of it. Look at that. That is not gonna be fun. You can't just jump into it because you'll just bump the wall. You can't just jump to the right of it since you'll fall off the cliff and die. So how do we get around this? BGM found this method. You stand precisely in this location, throw a grenade straight down, and do a curved long jump around this wall and barely land back in bounds. It might look easy to some, but if you're a fraction of a second off the grenade jump or push left too early, you will fall into the death plane down below and your speedrun will be butchered at this point. Guess where you spawn after this brutal death? All the way at the last save station which you hit, which happens to be right here. Way, way far back. You were set back nearly 2 minutes in your speedrun by failing this new skip. If you were going for a top 3 spot, you might as well kiss that goodbye. And you might as well restart your run because you're not going to make that time back. Not to mention, you have to scavenge more grenades and redo the door skip again, which costs even more time. Oh, and now all the enemies that you skipped are spawned in, so they're going to harass you and probably make you lose more time. Very, very brutal. This skip really boils down to save a bit of time or you just kill off your run. There is no in between. Okay. It's not all gloom and doom. While BGM proved that this grenade jump around the invisible wall is possible, it didn't stop me into looking for a different method. I did some experimentation and came up with a more cursed method, but honestly, I find this method a little bit easier. So, here's the invisible wall. We are going to do something that I don't think has ever been done in Borderlands speedruns, and that is using grenade knockback to change your trajectory by a wide margin. Basically, you stand here on top of this specific pebble on the ground, throw a grenade at precisely this location, jump towards the grenade as it falls while facing approximately at the shadow of the moon base in the background, and quickly change your angle left while holding left. Like I said, it is cursed, but it is another method that can be done. You could do BGM's method, or you could do my method. That's the beauty of speedrunning. Whatever you're most comfortable with, go with that one. Or just don't do the skip at all because it's probably not worth it. Now to reveal the time save of the skip over the normal route. If you nail this skip, you will save a grand total of 10 seconds. That's right, 10 seconds. If you fail the skip, you lose around 2 minutes. If you nail the skip, you save 10 seconds. Like I said, probably not worth it. However, it could be worth it if you want a chance at world records, since the top 3 slots in most categories are pretty well optimized, and you'll need all the time save you can get. As it stands, most speedrunners are not currently going for this skip at the moment. The risk of a 2-minute time loss is not worth it. The only time it's really worth going for is if your run's already pretty far behind, and it's only worth it if you just want to have a little bit of fun and maybe possibly have a chance of saving time. I will say, I really hope you can find a better method for this skip in the future, since most out-of-bounds discoveries in Borderlands 2 are pretty cool to see. We need more of them. Anyways, that's going to do it for today. Be sure to check out the Skipmaster BGM's channel in the description below, and I'll leave a pinned comment too if you want to refer to that. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out. Alright, here we go. We're doing the new scuff skip that I probably should not be doing in a run, but I'm doing it.
Looking for Bloodwing? Oh, I moved her a few hours ago. Somewhere a little more dramatic.
I didn't practice much for this either, so we'll see what happens. Okay, we got that. Bro, please give me this, man. I want to get it so bad.
Just keep pushing through the preserve, amigo.
It'd be so cool, dude. Alright. Moment of truth. And not to mention the rack control me too. Let's go. Yes! Dude! I'm good. I'm good. Oh, dude, first try, let's go. Somebody clip that. Oh my goodness, dude, my heart is racing, dude. I should really practice that more though. That was kind of scuffed.